Thank you for coming, and thank you, Nick Lee, for hosting this. Our committeewoman-elect of the Maryland Republican Party will take office at the end of the year. Congratulations on that. It was a hard-fought victory. At the Maryland Republican Party, we have our biggest event of the year coming up just a week from Saturday, June 9th. It's our Red, White, and Blue dinner. It's our main event of the year. I did a poll of all the Central Committee chairs, and I said if we could get the best speaker, who would it be? And Karl Rove was the person they wanted to hear from to tell us how to defeat Barack Obama. And we got him. He's coming to Maryland Saturday, June 9th. To tell us how to defeat Barack Obama in this country. So please come to that. It's a nice dinner. We're giving you a nice steak meal. He's going to give a copy of his book. He's going to sign it afterwards for anybody who wants it as part of the ticket price. So we'd encourage you to come attend that. Please bring other people. At the Republican Party, working on a lot of things. Obviously, we have the 8 congressional seats and only one person running statewide this year, Dan Bongino, which is very exciting for us. And so we're working hard to make sure we're registering voters the things the party's supposed to do. As Nick Lee mentioned, I was a state senator for 12 years. I did policy at that time. I do not consider party a policy-making position. I consider it the blocking and tackling. Guys like Dan Bongino are running the ball. And so we're there to support him, register voters, get the message out, attack viciously the Democrat Party and all the terrible things they're doing. JB mentioned Governor O'Malley going to Wisconsin. And we got to make sure he's not doing that on taxpayer dollars, because that is clearly a political trick for his presidential ambitions. Because the Democrat Party is completely out of control. And we have a great opportunity this year, in addition to the elections, on these petition drives. Last year we shocked the establishment by getting the in-state tuition for illegal immigrants on the ballot. You're going to vote on that in November. That's your right as a constitutional right as a Marylander to petition things to referendum. And for the first time in 20 years, much in great thanks to the new House of Delegates members who are willing to go out there and swing against the odds and all the skepticism, they turned in way more than enough signatures to put that on the ballot. So you, the voters of Maryland, you and your friends and neighbors, even if they're not Republicans, will decide whether or not to give in-state tuition to illegal immigrants this November. Same is true now with gay marriage. I was pleased to see the church community come together and get over 120,000 signatures. And last but not least is our congressional redistricting. The O'Malley map is horribly gerrymandered in a partisan way. We did a poll on that one as well, and we believe it would lose by 20 or 25% of the vote. We have a chance to knock them back on 3 referendums. And that would be a great victory. It would change the way they think in Annapolis. Right now they think in Annapolis, the Democrats in Maryland think they can do anything. Anything they want. And there's nothing we can do to stop them because we didn't win the governor's election. But we did pick up 6 seats in the state House of Delegates. We picked up a congressional seat too in 2010. And we have majority of counties now that are Republican. We picked up a net gain of 40 seats in 2010. So the Republican Party's here to stay and we're fighting hard. I'm particularly pleased to introduce Dan Bongino. I don't have his whole resume in front of me. I understand he was a Secret Service agent at some point. That's been told. Yeah. That's been told. He's here with his beautiful wife, who's of Colombian descent, right? So, you know, the Hispanic vote there, and they just had a second child after he was announcing for office. He's got 2, yeah. If you hear baby crying, that's Dan Bongino's daughter. They've got 2 daughters, and I know he's, you know, I know what you have to give up to run for office. I mean, he's put his life on hold for over a year here to try and fight for our values. And I'm particularly impressed about his grassroots operation. When I was at the Shell station in Frederick today, waving signs and collecting signatures, his Southern Frederick County coordinator was there helping. Not just Frederick County, but Southern Frederick County. They divided the counties into smaller parts because they have so many volunteers. And they got these forms here to sign up to volunteer. So it's a really good grassroots organization. That's all I believe how you run a campaign. You need grassroots supporters. These people aren't getting paid. They care. They've been asked to get involved. They're willing to get involved, but generally don't have good instruction, advice, and just guidance on how to be involved in an effective way. So the Bongino campaign is doing a great job from what I can see, running around the state, getting people involved in politics who may think like us but have never found a way to be productive about it in the past. You know, I'm pleased to work with him at the state party. It's all of our jobs to get behind him. I know there was a primary. The primary is over. Primaries are there because the strongest person emerges through the primary. He emerged successfully through the primary, and now whether no matter where you were for your friends, he's the guy we get behind. Again, he's our only statewide candidate, and you know he kind of did something the party needs to do more of. He does these house parties several times a week. I know before the primary you're doing several a week, getting people that I didn't think were active anymore to do house parties. And I'd gone with several of them, and you know it's a great thing. The grassroots that he's reawakening into this, and it's a great way to run a campaign, get people involved, raise some money. We're all here to write a check. I encourage you after you hear his speech to write another check on the way out, and get your friends to write checks. So, with no further ado, let's turn it over to the real star of the night, our U.S. Senate candidate Dan Bongino.